Okay, I'm going to go through the steps to make this part right here. Got some interesting things, some new features. There's the multi-view IDW. We'll get to that. So let's just start. I'm going to build this bottom part first. So that is 4 inches by 6 inches. So I come to my part 1, rectangle. I'm going to put it right in here. So I'm going to do 6 inches, hit the tab key, and then 4 inches, and then hit enter. Click my front of my cube here, get that to where I want it, finish sketch, and I'm going to extrude that. I looked at it already, 1.25. Click OK. Click my home to get there, and again, that was the 1.25 right here. What I'm going to do is go back to this, and I talked about how to redo your home view. This is the way it should look in the end. So I'm going to rotate it to here, right click on my cube, set current view as home, fit to view. Now that'll stay like that. Okay, now on my IDW, I've got 2 curves here. We're going to use the command fillet. Fillet is a really nice command. It makes things look really nice. So I am going to click on fillet. I have to click in here once, and it was a 1-inch fillet, I remember. I click again, so I've got the little arrow. Drag that out of the way, and then I can just click on an edge, click on an edge, and click apply, and cancel. And so there's that. Kind of nice. Okay. Next we're going to do this hole. This is a new one. This is something new. It's called a countersink hole, and holes are a big part of what they want you to be able to do. So I'm going to start a sketch, click right here. I'm going to put a point onto it. That's where my hole is going to be. So I'm going to put a point. You can barely see that little green thing there. And let's see where that is. That is 1.5 inches over, and I do not know. Let's see. From here to here, 2 inches. So 1.5 inches and 2 inches. Uncheck that box so that doesn't keep popping up. 2 inches back, 1.5 inches over. Okay. So there's I click dimension and click on this, and that was 2 inches. And from here to here was 1.5 inches. Okay. So the hole command is actually not in sketch mode, so I come out of check mode, sketch, and click on hole. And this is the hole command. All kinds of things you can do from this. Now you can see it already went to that one little point. If I didn't, later we'll learn how to do it from off of another circle, from different edges. I could have done it that way, but we're going to do it like this right now. So this is called a counter bore, where it's flat. This is called a countersink. We're going to do a countersink, and here's my commands. It is 0.75 and 1.25 wide. So it is this is 0.75. This is 0.75. This is 1.25, and it is through all. That's the through thing here. And 82 degrees. So let me go back to my part and let's see if that looks right. Okay, and I click click the check mark, and there it is. Okay, and I'll do the IDW so you can see how that comes up also. All right, so now next part, I need to do this part up here. I'm going to do a rectangle somewhere here. Let's find out what it is. It is 3 inches by 2 inches. Okay. So I'm going to dimension this one. 2, 3. Oh, that looks awful big. Okay. Finish sketch, and then I am going to extrude it 3 inches right here. So I'm going to extrude that bad boy right there, 3 inches, And now I know there's a couple fillets on this one here also, up here. These are 1/4" fillets. So go back to my part, fillet, change this to 0.25, click on it again so I get the little arrow, click on that edge, click on that edge, and apply, okay. And I think we're getting closer, let's see. Yep, that looks pretty much like it. All we need is, now I could do, there's another hole right here, but I'm gonna do it the easy way, because it's just a hole. So I'm just going to start a sketch on here and just make a circle. I should have looked up to see what it was, but it is 1 inch diameter, 1.5 by 1.5. Okay, so dimension 1 inch, and then from the center point to the top 1.5. And from the center, from the center point to the edge, got to go that outside edge, 1.5, and finish sketch. And if you look at the drawing, you see it does not go all the way through. And this little command, that little number there tells you that it goes back 1.5 inches. So I come over here, extrude, 1.5, but I want to cut it. I want to go the other way, and I got okay, and I click my home. Look at that, she's a beauty. You can actually get rid of some of those lines. If I get my visual style, look realistic. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm going to save that as part one. Okay, part 1, just so I can find it. It'll bring it into my IDW, but I'll save it there. Okay. And so now I'm going to go to my drawing, which I already have opened up, so that I wouldn't have to waste time with that. So here's my deal. Now, while that was a good view there, that's not the view I want. So I'm going to rotate around. That's what I want for my front view. So I rotate with my cube to get it where I want to, bring it down here, and I just come up and click, click. But it just barely fits on it, but that's okay. And click on that. Now you can double click on this and immediately come back to this so that I can click on that and click OK to color it. Now, dimensions. I'm not sure if I'm going to get them all, but I want to show you the hole for sure. Okay? So right here, instead of doing dimension, this hole and thread, if I do that and click on this, look at that. It tells you everything. All those numbers that were there. If I click on this, look at that. It tells me the diameter, and it tells me how far back it goes. Now you also should put this right here. Looking at that, that's the center point of that thing. I click on this, and it puts those lines that I'm going to need, because I need those to dimension, because otherwise I'm not going to know how far away it is. So it's that far that way, and it is over here. And you'll see that if I put this here, it tells me my fillets, and that's a radius because it's not a complete circle. Let me zoom in a little so I don't get that. I don't want that little dot. 0.25. And oh, I'm not seeing my hidden lines there. That should be there. Okay, let me double click on that. Right, hit escape. Double click. I want that because that shows my hidden lines. Boom, there you go. Shows my hole, shows that there. Oh, I needed to see that because otherwise you wouldn't quite be able to figure out what's going on. So that's much better. And let's see, I can do, we'll do a few more here. Here, here, here. I've got this one to that one, 2 inches, and that one to that one, 4 inches. And I dimension that hole. I would have to, now you want to dimension where the hole is, so I don't want to dimension this thing. I want to dimension up here. So I would go from here, here, that one, and here, here. Oh, it's getting kind of busy down here. And I'll show you how to deal with that. I'm going to hit escape to get out of the dimension command. And I'm actually going to get rid of that one. and end up putting it over there, because you really shouldn't have dimension lines overlapping. So if I do that, and I can still click my dimension, put that one down here. It's pretty busy there, but pretty much I need one here, here I believe, and I need an overall length. All right, I'm gonna have to move some of these more. Putting this over there, much better. There we go. Going over that one's okay. Then I can put this over here. You see it flips around and stuff? Things it does, it knows what looks better. I think I've got everything. I don't know. It's pretty close. But anyway, so that's how you would do that. And so we did fillets. We did holes. Set the cube, the view differently. So that's how you do that part. You'll be doing that soon.